Welcome, episode 2, as promised, Gym Gods with all the information. As I said again, make sure if you don't have your merch, Gym Gods and Gym Goddess apparel available at mogulLifestyleClub.com. Your questions. I wrote down all the questions that I told you guys to write me via Instagram direct message, Facebook, or just WhatsApp. And I just want to dive in and give you guys all the knowledge that I have here and help you guys in your fitness journey. It's very tough out there because there's a lot of people giving you bullshit advice. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, also known as Romeo, and I have my company called Gym Gods for fitness. So now, just a few of the things. I do have a bachelor's in exercise science from Lehman College. I was lucky enough to have a professor called Dr. Brad Schoenfeld. If you don't know him, please Google him. He's great. And then there's another book that kind of helped me out a lot. This is Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning. So this is like the bad boy. This is to get you your CSCS, right? So a lot of people are like certified personal trainers. I've given people personal training certificates. People have paid me to take their test to get them certified, on some online bullshit programs. But there's some people that are at the top of the top, So with that being said, just wanted to let you guys know about my credibility. And if you guys have seen my body, you guys have seen that I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. Another thing, a little disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I'm giving you guys advice from, my heart, my brain, and what I want to help you guys with. Now, you guys take it with a grain of salt. Always check with your professional, like doctor for some sort. I don't know what kind of pre-existing diseases you have or conditions. So I don't want to give you any advice without you checking, because everybody situation is specific to their body and their body type or their situation. But also remember that there are some doctors out there that are obese trying to give you advice, and it's like, bro, yeah, or they'll tell you to stop smoking and they're smoking. But that's the topic for another day. Let's get into these questions. All right, first question: how to work out all the muscle groups, proper form, and nutrition tips. So everything that you do with weights, you can do by yourself. So for example, if I'm doing a chest press, this is the movement that I would do, right? Now, all I'm doing is I'm adding weight to it. So if you've seen some of my videos, what I like to do is I like to use the bar, or I like to use a lightweight and just get the motion going. And every set, I add weight increasingly, right? Because ultimately, it's not an ego thing in the gym. So with proper form, it's about making sure that you get the movement down packed with a certain amount of weight that is challenging for you. Everybody's different levels. You have beginner, you have intermediate, you have professional, etc. Same thing with a shoulder press. I can do the movement by myself. Now I'm just adding weight with it, right? Same thing with a curl. Same thing with a cable fly. Same thing with a squat. So all these movements you're able to do in your everyday life. That's why they have functional training. But what you do with the weights is you kind of want to target certain specific muscle groups with certain exercises with the weight as the resistance. And there's different modalities. Some are safer than others. Like you have machines, you have a barbell, you have dumbbells, you have resistance cables. So just make sure that you know what movement you're doing and just try to implement that with lightweight first and then move on. Also, make sure that, what was I gonna say? Yeah, make sure you're just doing it safe. All right. Nutrition tips. The only thing I can tell you is I'll dive into that more with these questions. So, booty building, please. Okay, so for booty building, you have certain parts of your body. You have the gluteus minimus, gluteus maximus, right? Then you have your extensor muscles that run up your back, and you have your hamstrings, right? To build the booty, most exercises, a lot of people think that it's a squat. Squat really doesn't help with building the booty because a squat is more quad dominant, right? So what you want to do is you want to do more hip exercises. So what they try to say is a hinge exercise. So if this was a door and this is the hinge, you see how it opens and then it closes? That's your hip right there. And then the other side of that would be your glutes, right? So you want to open and you want to close. So certain exercises that help you with that are deadlifts, hip thrusts, where you put the bar and you're kind of like bringing your hips up, you're just squeezing your glutes. long lunges where you're stepping forward and you're actually using your glutes. Pull throughs where you're using the cable through your legs and pulling through as a thrusting movement with your hips. So anything that involves your hips moving forward of a upward anterior tilt, that's really gonna target your glutes. So just focus on that. A lot of people I see doing the squats and then they're squeezing their hips forward. Don't do that. It's very stressful on your lower back. So just try to do more hip dominant exercises if you want to work the glutes more. So we have nutrition facts, proper execution of technique. Same thing as I said. First thing for nutrition facts, right? Right here I have a bottle of ketchup, right? So everything has the nutrition facts. Now it's just how you want to read it. So for example, you see it has no fat. What else do we have? We have the protein, we have total carbs. So you always want to read this, and it's based on your goals, right? So me as a fitness coach and a fitness trainer, that's my job to kind of see what's the set point that we're going to bring you to. So that's like checking your body fat, your body mass, what's your level of training, and then we add in certain calories as we go. You know, like you can use the general basis of a 2,000 calorie a day diet, but some people need more based on your exercise level, how fat you are, you know, and it's all based on what kind of diet you want to do. If you're vegan, if you're pescatarian, if you're a carnivore, if you're keto, if you're low carb, low fat, then we adjust that based on your goals, your body type, and your predisposed like health conditions. Diet, what to do, I eat, and how often. That's the same thing that I said. It's all based on what you want to do. Me personally, I do a bodybuilding diet because that works for me and for what I want as my goals. Some people do fasting because they work all day and they can only get in one big meal, you know, and it helps them mentally. Some people like to do low carb. Some people are vegan. So it's all dependent on what you want, and then we'll use that base and then specifically target how many micronutrients you'll be eating throughout the day, whether you want to eat 6 meals a day or 3 meals a day, etc., to reach your goal. Chest, abs, and glutes. I did put a video up of chest. It's up there, so check it out on the Gym Gods page. But most of the chest exercises are basic. Everybody tries to reinvent the wheel, but you have like a push-up, you have a bench press, you have an incline press, you have cable flies. Like these are you have dips. These are the basic ones, and then you just choose a different modality. So like whether you're doing a press with the bar, or press from the machine, or a hammer strength, or a cable, these are just different modalities to kind of target that muscle. And abs, like your abs are always worked when you're stabilizing. So abs come with low body fat. You know, you can target them and you can train them, but you're at risk for overtraining them. And I'm not saying you don't train them, but you know, 2-3 times a week of some stability work, some leg raises, some crunches, some planks, should be fine. Glutes, like I told you, more hip dominant exercises. Opinion on difference between eating every 3 hours versus gluttony. There is nothing really proven about eating every 3 hours. I know me as a bodybuilder, I like to eat every 3 hours because I see the drops in blood sugar. So since I'm eating a protein and a carb and low fat in one meal, in those 3 hours, my blood sugar has dropped and I feel it in my mood. So I need to eat that other meal 2 to 3 hours to kind of keep me stable throughout the day. If not, I'll plummet, I'll get irritable, and I'm more susceptible to cheat on my diet because I'm just looking for food, as opposed to me eating every 2-3 hours. Now, somebody who's doing like a keto diet, you're constantly eating fat throughout the day, so your blood sugar levels are stabilized, so you're good. So it all depends on like what your body type is, and if you're fasting, like you're not even thinking about it. So like you have those few hours where you kind of feel hungry, but your body just goes into like this numbness, and you kind of forget about it until it's time to eat. As far as gluttony is like binge eating, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been proponent to it, so I can't say don't do it, but if you can try not to, try not to. You know, it's good to do, you know, maybe after a competition where you've dieted hard. It's like a reward. Maybe like every 2 weeks you have like a burger just to shock your body from a hormonal standpoint, and then 2, from a psychological standpoint, to kind of keep you going. But as far as gluttony never helps. Everything is in moderation. Too much of anything is not good for you, except for sex. Anyway, How to get razor sharp. To get razor sharp, man, this bad boy right here. This is how you get razor motherfucking sharp. When you measure your food to your body type and your goals, that's how you get razor sharp. What I mean razor sharp is like those magazine cover photo shoots when you're just looking freaky. It's not hard because your body always wants to stay at homeostasis and you're pushing the limits. Like mentally, you fucking start freaking out. But the scale right here, like measuring everything. Like when I want to get razor sharp, I'm measuring how much oats I'm eating. I'm measuring how much protein I'm eating, and I'm making sure that I'm controlling everything in my little science experiment for myself. When you control everything, you know how to manipulate everything. If you don't control it and you're just doing guesstimations by the eye sucks as measuring. So that's why you have to have this scale right here to constantly methodically measure everything and keep everything closed in your experiment. So if something's not working, now you can say, okay, now I can take this out, or I can add something, but methodically with the certain numbers, with the scale. So that's how I get razor sharp. Dedication and measure my food. Alternate foods and safe exercise for those who have difficulties due to health issues. There are a lot of things to do. Like I really am a big proponent on machines for people who have injuries. If you go into any physical therapy clinic, I was an intern at a physical therapy clinic. You basically just want to use the machines. The machines are your best friends. You want to start off with the machines at first, just get a flow for getting your muscles moving as far as safe and for people that have health issues. And yeah, you have alternate things to do. Like you want to probably go to a health club instead of a gym, so you can swim, goes a low impact, maybe go on the bike, start walking, but if you want to build muscle, you want to start with the machines first, then gradually move towards the barbells and the dumbbells with better form. But the machines are great. And if you see on the machines, they always show you how to do the exercise and what it's targeting, so you just want to start off light just to, get a feel for it, alternate foods. I don't really know what that means as far as alternate foods. It's all dependent on what your goals, what your food allergies, what do you believe in, and what can you eat. So I would like for you to Google. Like that's what I do. I Google foods that are great for whatever. Like if you have ulcers, foods that help ulcers. If you have high blood pressure, foods that help with high blood pressure, etc., etc. Me as a fitness trainer, once I know that, I can help you with that. Just contact me and we'll figure this out. And for all these questions moving forward, if you guys want to get in shape, you guys want to learn more, you guys want me as your coach, just hit me up via DM and I'll let you know the pricing and we'll get it going forward. It's an investment on your health. You can't put a price on that. You could pay $1,000 for an iPhone, but what does it really bring for you? Yeah, you can text, you can do all this. Your health is a big proponent of it. So I personally invest in my health. One, because it's how I make my money. And two is because it's my health. It's what's gonna keep me going into longevity. So that's what you guys gotta think about. If you're interested, let me know. Best workouts for bulking. It's not really best workouts for bulking. So when you're working out, you can't do the same thing over and over because you will plateau. So what you want to do is, a lot of people call it shock the muscle. So what this book actually we learned was, it showed us, is something called periodization. So periodization is either linear periodization or undulating periodization, right? So for example, linear periodization would mean like this week you do 5 reps, then next week you'll do 7 reps, then next week we'll start doing 12 reps, and then the next week after that 15, and then it's a linear periodization. So each week you're increasing slowly. It's linear, right? Now you have undulating periodization, which is like all over the place, but in a controlled manner, right? So one week we might go high reps, then the next week we might go low reps, and then the next week we might go middle reps. So it's not in that linear periodization. It's more of like constantly, I don't want to say shocking you, but the trainer writes it down to methodically shock you because you're not going to be ready for it, right? So it's just undulating. It's different periodizations. Or sometimes it's like, with these periodizations, sometimes it's in block. Like sometimes you might have a month of just 5 reps, and then the second month or 2 months might be 12 reps, right? With the undulating periodization, it goes by days. So Monday might be a heavy day, Tuesday or Wednesday might be a high rep day, etc. So as far as for bulking, it all depends on what your goal is. First, you have to be in a caloric surplus, right? So you have to figure out what's your BMR, your body mass, your basal metabolic rate, right? So that's like how much calories you burn at rest. So that's your total daily energy expenditure. So whatever you burn at rest, just for your body to be alive, you have to add calories onto that. So a great rule of thumb so you don't become fat is to do 100 to 500 extra calories on top of what you burn. Because remember, whatever you naturally burn, say it's 2,000 calories, right? Then you go work out, you're gonna burn more calories. So you have to have a surplus so you can gain more weight and more size. But hit me up and I'll let you know the right way to do it with certain calories, etc. And as far as for working out, like anything you want to stimulate. So you can get big off of high reps, you can get big off of low reps, heavyweight, lightweight. It's all about stimulating the muscle. Because when you go heavy, like if you ever see a power lifter is very strong, but he's not very big because he's working different muscle fibers. He's more about moving the weight powerfully, explosively, right? And remember, he doesn't want to go into weight because he doesn't want to lose that weight category if he's competing, right? And as far as like a bodybuilder is more about stimulating the muscle, right? So he's stimulating the muscle. He wants to grow. His main focus is growing big. He doesn't care about moving the weight. That's not his goal. Same thing with the powerlifter. The powerlifter is not about getting big. He's about being as strong as he can. So there's different muscle fiber types. So as far as with the bulking, it's all about, getting a program, getting certain food diary, etc. All right, next one. We got two more, and we're already at 16 minutes. I know you guys don't want to hear me for 60 minutes. How to set up a fitness plan for beginners, how often, how much, science of protein, fats, and carbs, how to help beginners. So for beginners, it's best to have a coach. If you have a coach, that's somebody that's been through the fire. He's helping you go through things that I didn't have to go through. I looked at a lot of YouTube, a lot of acting, a lot of helping of stupid people in the gym that I thought knew what they knew, giving me false advice. And that's kind of why I went to college to learn about exercise and fitness. And then even exercise and fitness, when I got my bachelor's, I still was learning, so a lot of things I had to learn on the fly. So that's why this is great that you have me here, because I've been through the fire and I want to let you guys learn how to do it. And that's why you invest in your trainer and your coach, because he helps you with situations that you go through, because everything somebody's gone through in the past, you'll probably will go through. So that's why it's good to help. That's why a lot of people read books, etc. So now, how to set up a fitness plan for beginners. Beginners, like I said, you always want to start super easy, super light, maybe be like 2 or to 1 time a week, right? More full body. We don't really want to go too much. First of all, you're not ready physically to deal with the demands of the exercise. 2, maybe you might not have the time. And 3, you might not be motivated. So we got to kind of give you a little bit and then give you more once you're able to, get motivated. It's just like anything in life. You start off slow and then you build back up. How often? I already said that. Science of protein, fats, and carbs. That, the science of it, that would be a whole nother video. But that's what's great. If you, work with me, I will definitely delve in, and I give you 100% free consultation. You can text me at any time, any hour, call me. I'm here to give you everything that I know in this fucking brain. So, as far as protein, fats, and carbs, those are just micronutrients that are used, and we manipulate them based on the goal. Obviously, if you're working out, you want to have more protein. The carbs are just a fuel source. Protein can be a fuel source too, and fats is another fuel source. But based on the different caloric energy expenditures, that protein is 4 grams per kilo kcal, carbs are 4 grams, and then fat are 9 grams. So that's why, if you eat too much fat, you'll get fatter. If you eat too many calories, you get fatter. But if you eat more fat and you don't weigh it out, you're more predisposed to getting fatter. I'm not saying fat is bad, but because it's so high and dense in calories, you kind of have to watch it, right? So these are a lot of things that you'll learn, and I have to teach you methodically. I can't get it in one question. The science of protein, fat, and carbs is a large question. That's like this whole fucking book right here. But that's why you have me. How to help beginners. This is how I'm helping beginners. I'm giving you guys the knowledge that I didn't know. So if you're in the tri-state area and you want to train with me, contact me. Let's set up a few sessions. I'm very affordable. And then if you're not in the tri-state area, your best bet is to do online coaching. My online coaching is super cheap. It's like $100 a month. It's you just check in with me every week. You give me full guides, full diaries, workout log, so I can check your form. And it's like super easy, bro. Super easy. Okay, next one, last one is mental attitude towards training. Your mental attitude towards training has to be kind of like your mental attitude towards life. And the reason why I like to work out, and it was something that I did, well, it started for me at like when I was very young. I had a friend that was working out. He had some weight sets, and at that time he wanted to get in shape. You know, he was like a fighter. It was very aggressive, machismo. And for me, at that time, it wasn't something that I was interested in. I was very young, but I would do it anyway. So I was very active at a young age. I started playing basketball, and then basketball was my first love, and that's what got me into the sport. So it gives you a confidence about yourself, because when you feel stronger and you look good, like, it helps you mentally. You don't have these subconscious thoughts in your mind like, oh, am I good enough? No, once you know you're doing the work, you feel it. You have that confidence. You see yourself every day in the gym working out. So for me, what it does is it gives you a mental fortitude and a lot of perseverance. You know, because when you're working out in the gym, what are you doing every day? You're failing, right? You did a weight, you failed. You go the next day, you do a weight, and you fail. You do another weight, and then you fail. And then what happens in 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Oh shit, I'm not failing with that weight. Whoa, I'm getting better, right? And that's just like in life. You do something, you fail. But what happens? You don't quit. You keep doing it, you fail. You keep doing it, and what happens? You get better. So repetition is the mother of skill. So with the working out, the more you do, the better you get at it. So like a lot of people, you see me and you're like, wow, you look so good. And I'm like, yeah, you haven't seen the 16 years of dedication that I've put in, of failing to finally reach this. So with that being said, it's like it gives you mental fortitude, and it's always helped me. You know, when I was just doing any kind of activities, I was always working out, so I was like bigger, faster, stronger in what I was doing in everyday activities. So it gives you the confidence that you could accomplish anything. You know, because you know, hey, if I can do this with my body, imagine what happens if I use the same dedication in my work, or with my family, or with my spouse, or with my friends, or to make more money, or to finish my master's, or to, I don't know, whatever goals you want to do. The gym helps you because it's this consistent thing that just helps you with mental perseverance and fortitude. It just gets that brain solid, man. Like, nobody in hood terms would just be like personable. You just feel like nobody can fuck with you because you're putting the work in, man. You know, once you start accomplishing these feats, like I've done over 400 pounds on the bench press, over 600 pounds on deadlift, over 600 pounds on a squat, 200 pounds shoulder press. Like, when you do these and you feel that you can push your body, you're like, can't nobody tell me shit. You crazy? I'm at the 5% or less of the people around the world that are able to do this. So as I said, once you get there, you push yourself to those levels, you're gonna feel like you're unstoppable. But anyways, that's for another topic. Exercise is very good for you. So what I want you guys to do is keep DMing me, keep giving me questions via DM, YouTube, watch it, subscribe to this channel, click the link below, all that bull crap. But I'm here to give you guys information, and the only way I can give you information is if you give me these questions. You know, I have so many videos on the Gym Gods page that you guys can see. Things that you want to learn more, just feel free to contact me, and I will put it up there for everyone. All right? So other than that, everyone, become a god. And I will see you guys later for episode 3.